I am the light. Let's take the next few minutes in meditation and join with me, Reverend Anne Ahokangas, in bringing this light to your reality. So close your eyes and take a couple of long, slow, deep breaths. And as you do, I invite you to begin to let go of anything that does not match love, peace, joy. Recognizing that you may have thoughts and feelings swarming around, but that you are capable of just allowing them to be set aside for a few moments. So I invite you to take a few moments with me and drop into your heart and imagine in your heart there's a light. Not your physical heart, but your spiritual heart. And the light is the light of God. It's the light of who you truly are. I invite you to imagine and visualize a candle flame, or a spotlight, or a torch, whatever you like to imagine as this light. And that this light is warm. This light is wonderful. And it feels like coming home. And it's your direct connection to the spirit that you are. And as you touch it, it is very healing. And this light is so embracing and inviting that you just want to dive into it and to let it unfold you and caress you and love you and nurture you. And notice now how it just fills you completely, and you feel so comfortable. So safe. So complete. This is your true self. You are tapping in to the true essence of who you are. And the wonderful thing about this light is that the more you focus on it, the brighter it gets, the stronger it gets, the more loving it gets, the more safe it feels, the more beautiful it is. The more it expands. And without even trying, allow this light to expand, to fill up your chest, and just imagine your heart lighting up knowing that it is actually happening spiritually. And as you stop and focus on the love in your heart, everything starts to light up. You feel so warm, so good, so comfortable. And it fills you and balances you and brings about a sense of well-being. And now imagine the light expands to your torso. And where there once seemed to be separate and distinct organs, there is now simply a healing light. Oh, that feels so good. Now seeing this light expanding to your hips, to your buttocks and abdomen, and your groin area, down your legs and your feet, and it expands deep into the earth. And notice how it naturally expands to your shoulders and arms, out your hands, as if you could heal anything that this light comes in contact with. See it move up your throat, filling your head and expanding beyond your head. Now see yourself not as a physical body, but as a being of light. For you are made of this energy. You are made of spirit. And it feels good. And it feels as this spiritual energy expands, so loving. Notice how it extends out in front of you and behind you until it also is to the left and right of you, above you and below you. And now wherever you look, there is light. Wherever you once saw darkness or separation or emptiness is now entirely replaced by this light. Where there was war on the planet, there is light. Where there was illness, there is light. Where there was dissension, there is now this light. Whether it was poverty or lack, it is now replaced in your consciousness by the presence of light, the presence of love, the presence of God, which has always been there, but it is now also in your awareness. So take a moment now to just rest in this healing energy. This is what you truly have been looking for, and it has always been right where you are. And so in this moment, you are experiencing what you were born with. And so say to yourself, I am the light. I am spirit as me. I am love, and it goes before me, healing and bringing about balance. And it begins within my own awareness. Feel the truth of these statements and know that you can remain in this consciousness even once this meditation is complete, if you choose. I now invite you to bring your awareness back to this room, to this time and space, taking another breath or two, and begin to feel yourself coming back into your body, feeling your body. Notice how you now feel lighter and freer, easier. This is your natural state. As you shine your light brightly, you are the light of love. And take another breath. And when you're ready, slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, gently allow your eyes to open. And as you bring your attention back to this room, join with me in affirming, and so it is. You are now renewed, refreshed, healed, and empowered to live the life you came to live. And again I say, and so it is.
What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine? What is mine to give? What is mine? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, tell me, what can I do? What is mine to give? I want to give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? I give it to you. I see your light. I see your beauty. I feel your heart when I see you smile. I see your light. I see your beauty. I feel your heart when I see you smile. You are enough. You are worthy. You are loved just as you are. You are enough. You are worthy. You just as I am. I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved just as I am. I am loved. You together we are never alone. I see your light. I see your beauty. I feel your heart when I see you smile. I see your light, your light. I feel your heart, your heart. I see your light. I feel your heart, your heart. I see your light, your light. I feel your heart, I see your light. I feel your heart. I see, I feel your heart. Love is all that I am. I can feel the presence, love within me. Love is all that I am. I can feel the presence, love within me. Love is all I am. Patience is all that I am. I can feel the presence, patience within me. Patience is all that I am. I can feel the presence, patience within me. Patience is all I am. Strength is all that I am. I can feel the presence, strength within me. Strength is all that I am. I can feel the presence, strength within me. Strength is all I am. Health is all that I am. I can feel the presence, health within me. Health is all that I am. I can feel the presence, health within me. Health is all I am. Forgiveness is all that I am. I can feel the presence, forgiveness within me. Forgiveness is all that I am. I can feel the presence, forgiveness within me. Forgiveness is all I am. Peace is all that I am.
I can feel the presence, peace within me. Peace is all that I am. I can feel the presence, peace within me. Peace is all I am.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome to Unity Spiritual Center. Welcome to everyone who's here in the sanctuary, and welcome to those of you who are online. As always, we appreciate your presence. My name is Marcia Daly, and I'll be your presider for today. So you know that 10% of all we receive goes back out into the community to bless and serve, and we are blessing in this quarter Food for Kids Ontario and Unity Canada. Now I have a special announcement to make before we have Emilio come and sing for us. You might have seen in our newsletter or in the meetup group an announcement that we'll have a jelly printing class starting on the 24th of May. So I thought I'd show you guys what a jelly plate looks like, because I don't think the average person who is not in the art world knows what it is. So it's actually made of gelatin with some kind of preservative that keeps it from spoiling. You can make your own, but you have to kind of keep it in the fridge. And the surface is very smooth. So when you apply paint with a roller, it's a special roller like the one you use in your home, it will keep whatever impression you make on it. And it's going to look, for example, if I use the colors of yellow, green, and orange, and a little pink, and then I take a skewer and I write on it, I can actually put paper down and then pull the paper off, and this will be the design on the paper. So there are tons of applications that you can use. I've used jelly print papers to cover books that I make and bind myself. You can use them on cards. If you want to send them to someone, you cut out the most interesting piece of it and you paste it on a card. What else can you do? You can make little hearts. You can make the little, you can make bookmarks, mobiles, whatever. It's so versatile. And it's easy. You don't have to have the brain thoroughly engaged, just enough to create something that's unique to you. So I invite you all, or 6 of you, we only have 6 plates. The classes are standalone, so you can come to all, and there's a project at the end. I hope that we can make something with all the prints we make, or you can come and do one and then take it from there on your own. So these plates are easily purchased off of Amazon or Michael's or one of those places, any art store. And you have another thing in your life that adds some level of dimension. And if you have kids and grandkids, oh my goodness, it's going to be even more fun. So I hope to see 6 of you on May 24th and the following Saturdays after that. So Emilio, take it away. Joy in Our Hearts by Karen Drucker.
Peace for all season, love every moment, light shines wherever we are, faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, sweet joy in our hearts. Every day is a day to show some kindness. We're all a part of family, so connected, hearts and spirits.
Oh, Emilio, I love you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning for those of you watching online. I'm Reverend Ann Ahokangas, and it's my absolute pleasure to lead you in opening prayer, which really is just connecting to the truth of who you are. So take a moment, close your eyes, bring your attention to your heart center as I speak this in the first person, remembering there is only one thing going on here. It is spirit, the energy of love, the all that is. And it is from this place that I know that I am fully supported, fully loved, always guided, and in my own time. It feels so good to be loved in this way, to truly be cherished. And I know that my life unfolds perfectly according to who I am being. And so today I am trusting. I am curious. I am open to new, wonderful discoveries. I'm open to being more of who I really am. So with a grateful heart, I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is. It's a new song for us, Peace Today, Faith Rivera. She's wonderful. And
Thank you. It's a beautiful song. Perfect for meditation. Peace is the promise I make today. There's nothing greater for me to say than to lay down my fears, lay down unhappiness, and surrender to the peace I choose today. Peace is the gift that I give today. No easy shortcuts. Peace is the
The Absolute Word, written by Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, is world peace, and the affirmation says, I live my vision for a peaceful world. To bring about peace in the world, I focus my attention to my first reaction when I feel I have been treated unjustly. I do not deny my feelings, but neither do I allow anger, envy, or other negative feelings to take control of my response. I feel my feelings as I remain committed to living the truth I know. Regardless of behavior, every person is fully divine, expressing their humanity from their divinity. I draw upon my divine faculties of love, of faith, and strength, and the principle of peace to guide my next steps. No matter how another responds, I remain ever centered in my inherent divinity. My efforts make a difference. Peace between individuals creates peace within families, in communities, and among the nations of the world.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present. It's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present. It's what will be known. I choose love. You have such nice harmonies, baby. We are a part of each other. We are one love, happy, sharing one song. I choose love. Harmonizers in the room. Peace for our planet. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present. It's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one choice unites us. If this be the one, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Oh, well, for those of you at home, the one thing that you do miss is the harmonizing that you do hear in the room when people are singing along with Emilio. And it really speaks to this topic that we're talking about today, and actually this whole month, about peace. And the harmonizing is just an example of how, as we are the loving, beautiful beings that we are, when we come together, we create something that is even that much more beautiful and that much more that you can feel. It just is so great. So that's what I'd like to talk about today is how do we move towards lasting peace? And the first reaction is, well, so and so out there is doing this, and they're the ones that are causing the problem. And or that country over there, or those people over there, or that situation over there, or maybe that family, my family, whatever. And yet, where does it really need to begin based on what it is that I know to be the truth? And that is personal responsibility and making a choice. And how can I be positive peace in the midst of everything that's going on? And I think it's a wonderful time in the world, in terms of politics, in terms of everything that's going on, to practice it and be the peace that you wish to see in the world. And so how do we do that? So there's three general areas that I'd like to speak about, and that is that true peace begins within each individual, and that it is personal responsibility. And when we take the personal responsibility, then we know what active commitment we need to make to bring about the harmony. Because it begins with the choice first, and then the answers come as to what's the best way to do it. And then to look inward to heal outward. And I mean, not everybody's going to have an easy time of being peaceful, depending on what you've got going on in your life. And so it's to make peace with where you're at, and that's what we're going to look at too. So you are a vibrational being. Did you know that? You can feel people's energy when you walk into the room. You can feel it if it's negative or it's positive, and you are too. You're exuding this vibration constantly, and the universe is constantly responding to you. And you're attracting to you who you're being. So if you're a negative puss out there in the world, you're going to get a whole lot of negative things to just say to you, yeah, see, I have every reason to be negative. Or you can be positive and curious and whatever words you want to use, and you'll have all kinds of opportunities to experience that as well. And it doesn't mean that you're changing the world. You're actually just changing your perception of the world. And really, what else matters? Because I can't change your perception. I can only change mine. So you'll recognize it by how you're feeling and the manifestations that you experience. So if you're not feeling peaceful, you're probably because you've manifested not being peaceful, and everything you see around you says, yes, you're right. And if you're feeling really good, it's really amazing how even the things that aren't so good just seem like, oh, well, it's okay. This too shall pass. So you create your reality. You know, there's this idea of co-creating with spirit. But that implies spirit is separate from me. I don't co-create with spirit. I create with spirit. And I create my life through how it is that I'm feeling. And so if I'm feeling excited or loved or prosperous or healthy, then spirit, which is already saying yes to me, brings that into my reality. So you have time to change your mind many times. That's the problem that we have. And that's the gift that we have. It's a bit like ordering a pizza and then changing your mind and canceling it and then wondering why the pizza never came. So if you have a desire for an experience of something, can you remember it as often as possible rather than it not being there? But I wonder when it's coming. Is it the next time I open the door? Is it the next person I speak to? Is it in the next breath that I take? And can you see how that attitude's really different than saying, oh, I've been praying and praying and praying, or wishing and wishing and wishing, or making goals and making goals. and nothing's happening, and it's because you're saying, well, nothing's happening. So what does Spirit say? Okay, nothing's happening. And it seems crazy and simple, but that's how it works. So every time you thought a negative thought and a brick fell on you every time, you'd clean up your thinking. But that doesn't happen. The cosmic 2x4, thank God, doesn't happen every time that we fall off the wagon. So you're not here to be punished for your thinking. You're here to be focused, to create your reality. So if there's been something that you have really preferred to experience and it hasn't happened yet, how might you stay the track? How might you stay on that marathon? Because sometimes it is a marathon. It takes a while, and it takes time and energy to get there and things to fall into place. But if you knew in your heart that everything that is perfect for you is unfolding in the perfect time for everybody that's involved in whatever that is, then you'd be pretty patient, right? Because you could say, well, I know it's showing up. It's just not here yet, but I know it's showing up. And how can I get out of the way? By saying, I know it's showing up. I know it's showing up. Do you realize that what you are thinking right now is setting into motion, in vibration, your future experience? So who you are being right now creates your tomorrow and your tomorrows to come. So most important, what you're thinking right now is bringing you closer to many things that are already in your vibrational future. I mean, I'm sure you've got a list as long as my arm or both my arms of all of the things that you would prefer to be experiencing in life. And some of them maybe that you had even given up on. But if you would just say, okay, well, we're just going through the list. That one's just not at the top of the list yet. And to recognize that there is so much that is waiting to come to you at its right and perfect time. So can you see how someone could get their heart broken, have a car crash, get sick, and lose their job all in 1 week? Like, you wonder why that happens. Because of their vibrational way of being, who they've been and what they've been thinking. And that just happens. It doesn't happen randomly. And you could say, oh, well, you know, that family, that person is always so unlucky. It's not luck at all. It's the universe saying yes. Now, I'm not saying that when something happens, you have to beat yourself up and say, well, I must have been terrible with my thinking last week for this to have happened. But it's to stop and say, what can I do now to ensure a smoother outcome of tomorrow? Because you can't change what you were thinking about yesterday. That's just craziness. So can you see how someone can get focused in that negative thinking? I mean, I know of some people who are stuck in that negative spiral, and they have that kind of experience, and they see the world that way. And all their thoughts they have immediate access to are actually negative ones. It takes a lot of effort to shift from that negative spiral, because you don't even realize you're there in most cases, to start to shift it. And some of us start with affirmations that really are kind of superfluous. They're just statements that we make, and we say, that's ridiculous when I say I'm prosperous and you don't have a penny in your bank account. But the thing is that if you keep saying it and keep feeling it, and you find that dime on the road, and then you find a $20 bill, and then somebody sends you $500, and you know, that's how it happens. It grows exponentially. And it's to be in that, if you can, that state of expectation of that which you prefer. So if these people have been thinking negative thoughts and outcomes, their consciousness is filled with all that negative stuff. They don't know any better. In a way, they're ignorant, and I don't mean it like a stupid person. They just don't know. But that's what they've been focusing on. And maybe that's been you at times. So in a very short period of time, they begin manifesting how they have been feeling. And sometimes you'll see that with someone who falls ill all of a sudden and didn't expect it to happen, or something in their life happens and it all blows up and they become a person who manifests more negative things because they think, oh, well, then that just means this is the beginning of all kinds of stuff. But it doesn't have to be. It can be, oh, well, shift happens and I'm going to expect better tomorrow. So let's look at personal responsibility. What negative thoughts and outcomes have you been emotionally, enthusiastically, and publicly proclaiming? I know the one for me, when I'm coughing up my hairballs, is, geez, they still seem to be there, rather than saying, oh, I notice they're getting less and less every day. You notice the difference in that? One perpetuates it, the other causes it to eventually diminish. So it doesn't mean that I can say, well, I don't have any hairballs, because that's not true. I can't believe that. But I can say they're getting less and less every day, and I can believe that. So what have you got going on where you can say it's getting better and better every minute? So don't be afraid of your consciousness. Your consciousness is basically the vibration that you're being, because it's full of wonderful things too. I mean, look at everything that you have. That's why they have people writing gratitude journals, so that in the middle of the shift pile, you have all kinds of things that you can remind yourself that are pretty wonderful, like your breathing. You have eyes that can see, a nose that can smell, mouth that can taste, a body that can feel, words that can express. You get to choose to be aware of which way you're going with your thoughts and your feelings. You get to choose that. And I think that's probably the biggest form of responsibility that we can take as people who study New Thought, who go to Unity, or any of these types of places. Are you headed towards what you want, or are you headed towards what you don't want? And you get to choose that direction. And sometimes I'm pretty far down the path of what I don't want before I remember that, oh, I don't want this. What do I prefer instead? Have you ever gone down that path? Down that stream? Sometimes it's a rushing stream. So you can tell by how you feel if you're moving toward what you want or moving in opposition of what you want. So how are you feeling today? Pretty amazing. You have an inner guidance system, and it's your feelings. And because they're so close, it can sometimes be something you can discount. I mean, your feelings remind you of your thinking, your direction, and ultimately your manifestation. So if you're not feeling so great, what might you do personally to lift yourself up? And that's the thing to think about. And maybe it's to call a friend. Maybe it's to do a piece of art. Maybe it's to sing in harmony. When you feel negative emotion, it means that you are going to bring even more negative emotion if you keep thinking about it. So why not stop, laugh at it, make peace with where you are? I remember I used to cry a lot as a little kid. I guess some little kids do and others don't. My son never did, but I did. And my mother would start tickling me whenever I was crying. And I'd start laughing and it was over. And I'd go off and do my thing again. So she naturally just knew how to flip that switch. If you have a dog that's in a state of kind of negative, they're in their little whatever brain that is where they can't focus, when you give them a little jolt to bring them back to reality, then they can be more peaceful. So we all have that trigger that something can, set us straight. So if you're feeling negative, anything other than peace and joy, relative to your relationships, to time, to money, to politics, and you'd rather be feeling better, what can you do? If you're condemning anything that you're experiencing, you're keeping yourself there. It's like being glued to the situation. I had some thoughts about world politics this week. Did you know that only 35% of the American population voted for the man that is in position right now? And so I asked myself, spiritually speaking, what does that mean? Because I was in that place too. And that was that I said to myself, so I was vibrationally being this, I bet no matter what, he's going to get in. So do you think that maybe 65% of the American population also said, no matter what I vote for, I bet you he's going to get in? I'm just guessing here. But the thing is that how do these things happen? Because we're vibrationally being something that then shows up in the world. And I have to admit, I was there, thinking the worst is going to happen in my mind. So have you got events in your life too where you think, well, I'm going to do the best that I can, but I know it's not going to turn out. I know so-and-so is going to show up just the same way as they always did, and it's going to be a really bad experience. Because guess what? You know, you say, well, I'm going to go anyways. I'm going to be my happy self. I know, we do it. So you've got to make peace with where you are first. And so as I look at the things that bother me, I have to make peace with it within me first, whatever that may be. And you know where I got to in terms of world politics? Is it's exactly perfect. Nobody is where they're not supposed to be. Everybody is exactly where they're supposed to be, doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, or else they wouldn't be doing it, and you're exactly the same. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now, based on who you have been being. And if you want to be somewhere else, doing something different, then you need to start right now with your thinking. So begin by trying to make something better, or let someone, yourself, off the hook. It feels better and starts to change everything. So in terms of my thoughts about world politics, I was grateful for all of the wonderful things that politics and the government have provided for me in this country. Great roads, great opportunities, sense of freedom. And right away I wasn't focused on the things that weren't working. I was focused on the things that were. And I was trying to find more things that were working. My brain just naturally goes there. So have you ever made a mistake? Anybody here? Especially when someone you care about noticed that you made the mistake? And you or they laugh, saying, shift happens. And it's such a relief, isn't it? So I invite you, if you make a mistake, whatever that might be, or someone else does, to just go, oh well. Because automatically it's a better feeling, and that better feeling automatically draws to you more better feelings. So when you and or a friend tries to make light of a situation, it's actually an attempt to move you towards what you want. So if you're in the deep, dark hole about something, and someone is attempting to make light of it, rather than getting mad at them, saying like, you're not taking my negative business seriously enough, to say, gee, thanks. You just reminded me that I need to make light of this, because that's the only way I'm going to get out of it quickly. So rather than moving in the opposite direction, see it for something to be grateful for. So why do you make the worst of it? Why do we? You know, when something happens, why is it that we automatically think, oh, well, something bad's going to continue to happen based on this? Because we're naturally hardwired for things to go well. That's what we want. That's what that's who we are. And we freak out because the intention and desire is for things to go well, to be better. But the freaking out doesn't help, really. It's more of a reminder to say, okay, well, I'll do better. I'll remember. It's going to be okay. This doesn't define me. There's always going to be someone who points out the mistake. Why did you do that? And you could say, who, me? Oh, well. Most people are actually living something called conditional love. It's sort of like, if it goes their way, they love you. They're saying, change your way so I can feel better. That's conditional love. And my greatest preference, because I don't want to use the word want, is to be able to have everyone experience unconditional love. And you know how it begins? By being that yourself. To yourself first. How can I, in spite of all of the things that nobody even knows about, but I know about me, how can I love me unconditionally first? And start there, in little steps, whatever that is. So, if you try to fix something or change something, it never works. Because you become part of the problem. So what are you focused on? The problem. So you say, okay, I have this problem, but why is it presenting a problem? And maybe it's because you want to feel better, and this problem is getting in the way. So how about, instead of saying, how do I fix this problem, you could say, how can I feel better? What might I think of to do, or to think, or to be, to feel better? So look inward to heal outward. That's why there's actually so much more terrorism in the world. Because people are looking out there and saying, look at all that terrorism. What's that doing? Giving you more terrorism to look at. You can get to where you want to be by pushing against what you don't want. But it's a tough road. It's an uphill battle. And I've done that uphill battle. I've wondered why something takes so long. And it's because I've been focusing on, this is taking so long, but I'm going to keep going. This is taking so long, but I'm going to keep going. This is taking so long, but I'm going to keep going. Rather than saying, I'm making progress. So this idea of terrorism, I think there's just not enough expression of love in the world. And when we become more loving to ourselves and then to everyone around us, then those types of things aren't necessary anymore. So what do you do when you're in the middle of a family or a relationship or a culture and you see clearly what you don't want? Because boy, that happens all the time. Sometimes the easiest thing is to just not go there. Like I find sometimes, because I'm as empathic as I am, I don't watch the news because I get sucked into it. And I watch a lot of variety of television, for instance, movies and TV shows. But if they're too real, where my mind can't distinguish between it being an actor and it being real, I won't watch it. Because I'll get sucked in. I know that about myself, so I don't do it. But I watch a lot of shoot 'em up, bang bang, and I just look at it and I say to myself, well, this is just entertainment because someone has written it, someone's acting it. Look at how great they are at acting it. Look at how great the props are and the clothing, and blood looks so real, but it's not real. And I know that. So do you want them to change the way they are being so that you can feel better? So have you wanted to control somebody lately? Wished they were different? Because you would certainly feel better if they were, right? And yet wanting them to change means you're going to keep them being that way no matter what you wish, because that's what you're wishing. So if your happiness depends on how other people behave, you're saying, don't satisfy your own selfishness, satisfy mine. The only place we can go is within. You can tell someone, you know, your behavior sucks, but is that going to make them behave any better? Probably not. If anything, you'll get even more unsatisfying behavior. So whose selfishness gets to be satisfied is the question today. Are you willing to be selfish? Because I hope you are, because you deserve it. You're magnificent. You are amazing. And the love that you are deserves to be shown. That's why you're here. So Spirit decided for you who's special and who's not, because everyone's equally important. Everyone's selfishness is their right. So if anybody says you're being selfish, go, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Good for me. And if you're feeling like you're wanting to say to someone you're being selfish, yes, they are. And they're going to continue to be. And that's okay. So when you are in alignment with your desires, your world reality experience will be perfect for you, not for anybody else. Imagine if everyone in every situation were preferring something and they were each answered by source. Wouldn't the world be better? But people are preferring the things that they don't want. They're focusing on what they don't want. But if everybody could be in a state of, I know exactly what I can do, experience to be happy. And I know it's going to show up if it's not here now, because I know it's in my field of influence because I'm thinking about it already. So I'm just going to let it in. I may not have known how to open that door, but if I keep believing, thinking, feeling it into being, then it becomes your reality. So where did competition come from anyway? Because it's a belief that somehow somebody is better than me, or if I do something better, that I can be better than someone else. I mean, we love watching competition in sports, for instance, but there's really no winner or loser. Like, think about the latest Maple Leafs games. You know, and there are all kinds of armchair warriors out there who have all kinds of opinions on how they could have done better. The thing is that there's always going to be a winner and a loser in competition. And when you're in competition, you can't be creative. The two just don't happen at the same time. You can bounce from one to the other, but you cannot be creative when you're being competitive. So how did we come to believe that if he gets what he wants, I'm deprived of what I want? It's probably family, culture. Maybe it's some negative experiences. The thing is that you can have all of it, all of those good feelings experienced every day in your life. Because if you have the desire for them, they already exist. They're in your field. Opportunities for abundance are actually everywhere. Abundance in everything. And to say, I'm blessed and I'm prospered. It's a funny word. I've never used that word growing up, prospered. So why do you put yourself in competition when the resources are infinite? I guess that's the question. Actually, the resources are infinite, and because of your unique desires, they're expanding exponentially. And do you know what that means? That you are part of spirit constantly growing and expanding. So not only are the things that you are feeling and wishing and desiring and drawing to you available to you, but things that never even occurred to you are being created in this huge field that we call spirit. and even more will come your way. So you are part of this ever-growing energy that is love, that is even more love tomorrow. So remember the gift you've been given. You couldn't want it if it was impossible. Your preference means it already exists. So that's your gift. Your preferences are your gift. And they're already yours. Now it's just a matter of opening up energetically to them, rather than closing the door in between. No, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. I want it. No, it's not going to work. So can you understand that you're not in competition for any resources at all? Even for spirit to hear you, you're not in competition. He, she, it isn't so busy that it doesn't hear you, because it's right where you are. It's your heart. So I've had it so good till now. Have you ever said that? And it's time for it to be bad now. Let someone else enjoy my portion. You know, I've heard people say that about their health too. I was so healthy up until now, so I guess it's my time now to be sick because I'm at this age or whatever. You hear people say that, but that's not true. None of it is true. Nothing has to end. It is always expanding, and only if you let it. So if you took all a rich person's money and divided it out evenly so that soon he would have it again. Why? Because he has a consciousness of prosperity. And those people that you gave it to probably would have it spent within several days. Because you've been beating the drum of not enough money. That person has been beating the drum of not enough money. He's beating the drum of money comes easily to me. So, have you been beating the drum about something? And what would you rather beat it about? Everything always works out for me. He's saying money comes easily to me. Everything always works out for me. It's fun making money and watching it grow. So how about if it's health? Yeah, this frog in my throat is getting better and better, smaller and smaller, because my body knows how to heal. And it knows how to get me to my best and most vital self. And so I look forward to, and I do everything I need to do to get it to go there, easily, naturally, quickly. And the person with money isn't keeping score. They're just enjoying watching it flow in. Like if you ask them, how much do you have? I have no idea, I just know it's flowing in like a river. So how can you be that way about your life? So if you get a few hundred people complaining that he's got all the money, they and you will have even less, and he'll keep piling it up. Now I'm using money as an example, but you can use anything in your life as an example. The things you vote against, you are energetically voting for more of it. So when I mentioned about world politics, what were people voting against? I heard in the Canadian politics where someone said, well, I'm voting for that party because I don't want the other party to get in. But that's not, there's no power of positive transformation in that. I love this image. I know it's not real. When you push really hard against something you don't want, you're holding yourself in vibrational disharmony for what you really prefer. So remove the I don't want and say I prefer instead, because you're the creator of your reality. You attract who you are, not what you want. You have the guidance within you. It shows up as how you're feeling. So how are you feeling right now? Hopeful? Hungry? It's potluck, so your hopes are about to be fulfilled, even before you ask. You can feel the feelings, the hurt, and still be hopeful. And that's the promise in being a human being, is that we can be at the bottom of the barrel or somewhere in between, and experience the negative experience and still be hopeful. And it's that hope that actually pulls you out. So it's possible to be stuck in traffic. Is it possible to be stuck in traffic and be happy? That's the question. Yeah, but it's a choice, isn't it? I mean, you can choose to be frustrated in traffic and guarantee that you'll be stuck in traffic everywhere you go, even when there is normally very little traffic. Because if you say to yourself, well, when I go out in the world today, the traffic's going to be terrible and I hate terrible traffic, guess what? Everybody's going to be out there just for you. Just say yes. The source, universe, will find a way to give you what you've been practicing emotionally. So what have you been practicing emotionally? And I'm not saying, it's bad when you're not feeling great and you're sad or you're frustrated or you're angry. Feel it, feel it, feel it, yell it, and then let it go. Make peace with where you are and say, you know what, today I feel kind of yucky. Make peace with that, okay. And then begin to enjoy the moment. Make the best of it. Let the conditions be what they are. You get to be and feel whatever you want. It's up to you. So think in spite of conditions rather than letting conditions speak for you. When you start thinking regardless of conditions, the conditions begin to change. So if you only think about the conditions, nothing's going to change for you. Conditions meaning what things look like right now. And there are a lot of people who spend their time on CNN, on the news, watch it all day long, every day. And they're going to experience that in their world because nothing's going to change. They can't even imagine not watching CNN and what it feels like to watch it. So when you see it and you comment on it and you tell others about it, it manifests around you and you get to be right. So if you've been constantly telling a story about something and wondering why it's not going away, stop telling the story. There are plenty of situations that can make you feel sad or frustrated, and there are many that can make your heart sing. Speak about what makes your heart sing and put aside the rest. Why not choose to care so much about how you feel that you're not willing to put up with anything that doesn't feel good? That's really your work. And it can be hard when you have to be in the world with other people. But maybe you can be the beacon, the smile that helps to lift someone else. I know that even when I'm not feeling like smiling, if I smile at someone, I normally get a smile back, except Bruce. He just looks at me seriously. For those of you at home, I was looking at Bruce and he just looked at me seriously, even though I smiled at him. He was concentrating, I know that. Find a way around it. Find a way to make it feel better for you. See, don't you feel better already? He says he wasn't feeling that bad before, but he's smiling now, just for those of you at home that can't see him. Yes. So true peace begins within. I kind of got that across, didn't I? And that it's a personal responsibility, and that you need to be active to be in harmony with it. And that we must look in before we can heal outwardly. So would you say this with me? I make peace with where I am, and the universe delivers peace. So let's be an instrument of peace.
Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is falsehood, let me bring truth. Where there is pain, I'll comfort you. Where there is silence, let me sing praise. Where there's despair, let me bring hope. Where there is blindness, let me bring sight. Where there is darkness, let me be light. And with these words I speak, grant that I may not seek to be heard, but to be consoled, but to console, not to be seen, but to see, to be loved as to love. Oh, when we give love, we will receive. When we forgive love, we'll find reprieve. It isn't time, we'll be released. Make me an instrument of
The fact that you're quiet tells me you're in a pondering mood of the things you're taking away today. In the interest of time, I'm going to share the three that I'm taking away, and they are: if for every thought you have, there's a brick that falls on you, we would clean ourselves, our thinking up very quickly. And if you're condemning anything you're experiencing, you're actually keeping it there like glue. And lastly, rather than saying, I don't want, I can say, I prefer instead. Well, years ago, there was a talk by Alan Cohen, those of you who know him, and he said, in this new year, whatever the year was, I don't remember, you can say, I prefer to have a different experience. And I've been saying that ever since, because I like the idea of having a different experience. So, thanks, Reverend Anne. Let's turn our attention to, you may clap it for me. Let's turn our attention to conscious giving. And everything that we receive from your giving helps to support our community, not only financially, but also to provide this service that we have today and broadcast online. So you may send an e-transfer to admin@unityspiritualcenter.com. Checks may be payable to Unity Spiritual Center. And for everything we receive, let's say the affirmation together. Divine love that I am blesses all I give and all I receive. And be sure to subscribe and like our videos. We like that very much. Thank you.
When I watch the news, it makes me cry for all of the anger I see. So many souls believing the lie. Hatred is all they can bear. So I take the chance to offer my prayer, to whisper the truth. And I believe today is the day that my message gets through, that we are all children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments of peace. There's no us or them for a friend. We are all the same. There is only one, 'cause everyone is born of God's name. So the question becomes, where do we start? How do we heal so much pain? The answer is clear. We open our hearts and let love wash away every stain. 'Cause peace in our time begins with a smile, with one open hand. And when we teach by example, the world is sure to understand that we are all children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments of peace. There's no assignment for a friend. We are all the same. There is only one, 'cause everyone is born of God's name. Sometimes it seems so useless to try, so futile to dream. But remember, power of creation lies in what we believe. 'Cause we are all children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments of peace. There's no us or them for a friend. We are all the same. There is only one, 'cause everyone God's day.
And know that we are all here to pray with you. If you have a prayer request, send it via email to prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com or fill out a form and place it in the prayer box. Maybe you'll pray that I talk a little less next week, because I went over by 10 minutes. Oops. The prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds you. I am the light. The love of God enfolds you. I am the love. The power of God protects you. I am the power. The presence of God watches over you. I am the presence. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. And our favorite song, the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, everyone, and it's been my absolute pleasure to be here with you today. And as you can tell, I really want to do a lot of talking today. My voice is back. Maybe that's what it is. You know, I guess what it is sometimes is that I think to myself, you know, basically the same message goes out every week, and that is that your thoughts create your life, and that spirit is everything, and that spirit is love, and who you are being produces your life. And sometimes I think, well, is there another way to say it? And so today, as I was worrying about having enough to say, I guess there's still a lot more to say. So know that I love you, and enjoy your week, and we'll see you next week. And for those of you staying, enjoy our potluck. Bye for now.